Evento em São Paulo discute a economia de baixo carbono. Organizado pelo CDP, o evento contou com a participação de especialistas no tema de várias partes do mundo. Mova-se conversou com Gabriel Thoumi, analista financeiro especializado na área ambiental da empresa Climate Advisor sediada em Washington. Ele, que optou pelo pedal como meio de transporte, falou sobre a experiência e o processo de trocar o carro pela bicicleta.
When I decided that I wanted to sell my car to decrease my emissions, because I had calculated my emissions and I wanted to have a net zero lifestyle, I did an exhaustive financial model of my car, its costs and benefits to me over time. And I worked on this for about 2 months. And what I realized was that in no scenario that I could come up with was it financially advantageous for me to keep a car. Every scenario every time I priced whether how many bike rides I would ride, or taxis, or bus, or other modes, Uber or Lyft, no matter how I formatted that scenario, it always was better for me to sell my car and buy a bicycle. And I was surprised by that, even though I'm an environmentalist and a finance expert, because that was my only decision. So, I sold my car and have been bicycle commuting for almost 3 years in Washington, D.C. And what that means is every day I put on my yellow jacket and my yellow helmet and my bright lights, and I bicycle to work, and I bicycle home, and sometimes I wear a suit, or sometimes I wear business casual, so it's easy for me to get to work and not have to worry about the temperature or the weather. My health has improved significantly. I gave myself a significant bonus because I no longer have a car payment. So the cost to me of bicycling is in fact all positive. Improved health, improved financial situation personally. I'm eating better. Sleeping better, and in fact my commute is actually shorter on a bicycle. And so it's been great experience. In Washington, D.C., the government has enabled this for commuters, for enabled bicycle commuting for commuters by providing bike share. Bike share is a system that has maybe 600 different stations around the city. I can put my bike in there and leave it there, and then I can grab a second bike if I want to at a later time. I can make a one-way trip and leave a bike at bike share. So routinely, I play soccer or football, right? I'll bike about 20 miles on Sunday to my different football matches where I play, and then I get there and I'm all warmed up. So I don't know, cycling commuting has been great. It's been really, it's very efficient around grocery shopping. I go to the grocery store twice a week. It's between my office and my home, and I just bike to the grocery store.
Go through.
Yeah, and bike home. And so I highly recommend it. Thank you.
Was it difficult for you to sell your car? Was it a difficult decision?
Yes, it was.
Emotional.
Yes, exactly.
Because that's the other side.
So, a very good question. So for me to sell my car, I felt, I'm a man, I have to own a car. How can I be a man and not own a car? There's an identity issue. I had to just think about that. Then I sold my car, and my girlfriend says, well, Gabriel, that's great, you sold your car. Yes. How are you picking me up on a date? I'm like, oh, we'll use Uber or Lyft, or we'll use bike share now. She's like, okay. So that was the hard part.
How successful is the sharing bike in U.S.?
In Washington, D.C., it's very successful. And in New York, it's very, very successful. More successful in New York than Washington, D.C. I'm one of tens of thousands of bike commuters in Washington, D.C. right now. The bicycle commuting has gone from maybe 0.1% to 1 to 2 to even 3% of commutes, depending on the neighborhood, in the last 3 or 4 years. So the growth is astronomical. I track all of my bike commutes using the app I have on my phone. The bike app on my phone, I can use, it's the same application for New York, the same for Paris, same for any city around the world. I've bike commuted now probably 1,500 trips, 1,500 trips, and I think my avoided emissions are 3 or 4 tons.